episode 25.
This is Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach. You're listening to the Small Business Puzzle Podcast with Michael and Teresa.
Struggling to get your business online? You've come to the right place. Welcome to the Small Business Puzzle Podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Michael and Teresa Blaze.
Welcome to the Small Business Puzzle Podcast. I'm Michael, and I'm here with my wife, co-host, and business partner, Teresa.
Hello, everybody.
So, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the interview with John Lee Dumas, and that is sbppodcast.com/24, as in episode number 24. And, Therese, what have we got for him today?
Today, we are covering something that, well, I was asked a question. And rather than answer it, the question personally, I decided we were going to cover it on the podcast.
And what are we going to be talking about, Therese?
We are covering mind mapping and why you as a business owner should bother with it. Essentially, you know what it is, how to do it, and yes, there is an accessible version, and we'll get to that later in the show.
Okay, let's get on with the content. We are going to be talking about mind mapping.
And exactly what is mind mapping, why should you bother with it, so on and so forth.
So, the book definition of mind map is a mind map is a hierarchical and shows relationship between pieces of the whole. It is often created around a single concept, drawn as an image in the center of a blank page, to which associated representations of ideas such as images, words, and parts of words are added. That's a mouthful.
Yes. Now, if we could just bring that into more commonsensical instead of gobbledygook. Essentially, a mind map is a graphical representation of thought. So...
Ooh, thought.
Yeah, thought. Something you do very rarely. Anyway.
Takes one to know one. Takes one to know one.
Oh, yeah. I am trying to get through this. Anyway, mind map. It is basically, if you write down an idea, like, let's say, for you, you're trying to, launch a new product, whatever that happens to be, whether it be physical or it be digital, it doesn't matter. Okay, so in this mind map, in this thought bubble, you will put product. You'll write that down at the center of your page, and then you create another bubble that says launch, and then you draw a little line that connects the two. Okay, so now you have your product. Under product, you write what goes into your product. So you go ebook, audio, let me think, ebook, audio, coaching. Whatever you're going to put, and all these are under launch. This launch thought, you have the things that you have to do in order to launch your product. You have to get the covers created. You have to do this, that, and the other.
Create opt-in page. Create your autoresponder messages. Maybe contact JV partners. It's like a list of things to do.
Right. But see, here's the thing. It's not so simple as, okay, I'm just going to write an outline of what you need to do.
Think of it as an outline in a picture. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's non-linear, so it's not just A, B, C, D, F. It's concept A, concept B, concept C, concept D, concept F, and then break-offs on that for sub concepts and subtopics and so on and so forth.
But maybe it's not necessarily organized into an outline because maybe concept F more fits with concept B for some reason, and so you can quickly move that concept over. I mean, it's very, very, very.
It's very much how your brain works.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're jumping from one thought to another, but that thought kind of, it clicks. So, like, for me, I'll sit there and think, okay, I need to find interviews. Okay, I need to do this. Okay, now I need to do this. Well, maybe this, and this are more linked over. It's because your mind jumps all over the place. Mind mapping allows you to take all that jumping thought and put it in one place instead of trying to formulate it into a outline.
Right, or sitting there and free writing, which free writing is awesome.
I do it often.
When you free write, then you have to take that concept and that text, and you have to organize it into something meaningful. And sometimes that's a little difficult, especially if you're writing, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say. So
I've done that
mind mapping is another level of that.
So
why do you want to mind map?
Well, I think we've already covered that. You want a mind map because it allows you to take your structured thoughts and allows you to think in such a way that your brain already is thinking, because your brain is thinking on a kind of disjointed and fragmented level. A mind map allows you to capture those thoughts.
Right. Which helps clear your mind, right?
Exactly.
And, like we were talking about, in a non-linear way. And if you've never seen a mind map, it used to be called clustering, okay? Now, what you would do is you would take a piece of paper, you'd write a circle in the middle, and maybe you would write whatever your topic is. And then you would write you would draw a bubble, write a word, draw a bubble, write a word, draw a bubble, write a word. It was called clustering. It's very similar to that, but the difference between clustering and mind mapping is mind mapping, once you've got everything written out, you can sit there and move things around so they're organized in the way that you want them to work. That's what makes it so powerful.
Exactly.
So another reason why you want a mind map is it makes it really easy to communicate with other people.
Oh, yeah. If someone has an idea and, they've already mind mapped it out because it's not clicking with me, and I go, well, show it to me. They can send me a mind map and I can kind of go through it and go, oh.
Our business partner is, I would almost call it religious on this topic. He will send me a mind map of stuff, and he has ADHD, so his brain works in really weird ways sometimes. So that's one way that he can get all the junk out of his brain. And you want to talk about somebody doing a brain dump?
Oh my gosh, he goes details. He will detail something out, and I'll be like, okay, Mike, so you're losing me, and then, bam, he'll show me a mind map, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Right. He goes into the nth degree detail, and that's very easy to do with mind mapping. Okay, the next reason why you want to mind map is accessibility is no longer an excuse. Michael Babcock.
Thank you.
Oh, did I say that? Michael Babcock. There's this. It used to be that if you were blind, that there was no real practical way for you to mind map, because mind maps are graphics, right?
Right. Exactly. But here's the thing.
That is no longer the case.
Now, I have not found a Windows solution for mind mapping. I'll say that right out the gate. I'm still looking. However,
you can sort of do it with FreeMind, but not easily. FreeMind is one of the free mind mapping softwares.
However,
someone's going to come up with one eventually.
Hopefully. I'm waiting. Well, if they don't, maybe I will.
Okay,
Anyway.
so what can you use mind mapping for, Therese?
You know what? I mean, you can use mind mapping to come up with product ideas. You can use mind mapping to come up with article ideas. You can use mind mapping to come up with, shock and awe, podcast ideas. Maybe a book idea. Well, maybe you've already written a chapter or an article or something, and you're like, well, what else can I? Okay, well, and you can kind of, okay, I've written down a topic idea, so maybe I need to write 3 points, but maybe point B works better with point A, and so, I need to move it back up here, and, I don't have to sit there and do, okay, just write an outline. Well, I mean, you can do that, but mind mapping, you don't have to sit there and think.
Right.
It's, I mean, I have a book idea. I have books I'm trying to write. And I use it all the time.
It's a powerful concept, and it will take your business to the next level if you learn how to use it.
Yep.
I will tell you though, there is a little bit of a learning curve with it. So just prepare for a little bit of a bump in the road. But trust me, it's worth it. Okay, so with that,
hang on one second, Mike. Back to the accessibility side of things. I was saying that there is not necessarily a Windows solution. There is, however, an iOS solution, and that solution is called MindNode. Mindnode.com. It is well worth it. They have actually made it work with VoiceOver. I do not know if it works on the Mac because I can't currently test it on the Mac. I'll have to have someone let me know that, but I mean, I love it, and I use it very often.
Okay, so with that being said, let's go on to some tips of how to mind map. Number 1, don't worry about making it look pretty. This is for your use, first and foremost.
Agreed. The goal of it is to get your thoughts out there. It's not to make it look like it was a work of art.
Ooh, the pretty colors. Anyway, which you can do, by the way. Number 2, do your mind mapping in 2 sessions. 1, brain dump. 2, organize. Whatever you do, don't self-edit.
Agreed. Do at least not right away. For example, I use the 5-minute writing technique with blog posts. I will sit down and I'll write for 5 minutes, and then I'll put it aside, and I will, and then I'll come back to it. You can do the same thing with mind mapping, and the benefit of it is, we as humans, we get used to being corrected. In school, you get grown up. Well, you have to get this, and this right, or we're going to mark it up with red lettering, and you're not right, and therefore, you failed, and you get used to being corrected. And if you allow yourself to just brain dump, to vomit all over the page as it is, or vomit all over the mind map as it is, allow yourself to do that. Then set it aside. Set it aside, and then come back to it, say, a day later. Then you can sit down and go, what was I thinking? Oh, okay. But you know what? Now I need to clean this up and this up.
Number 3, don't pay for expensive tools until you get the hang of it. Use free or inexpensive tools. Take advantage of trials too. And we're going to provide an extensive list of mind mapping tools that we've used.
Agreed. And those will be in the show notes. It's not that hard to get into this. It's really not.
Okay, so number 4, take advantage of mind mapping features such as being able to link to pages or documents. I tell you guys, and not every mind mapping software does this, okay? Some of it you have to have the higher end software. But oh my goodness, it is so cool because you can literally set up a mind map and then create a document, like say a chapter, and chapter 1 is attached to node 1, and all you have to do is click a link from node 1, and it opens up the document right in front of you. it's a major increase in your productivity.
Very much. Very
But
much.
not all mind mapping softwares do that, so just be aware of that. But do take advantage of those features. Number 5, use the KISS method.
Keep
Use
it
the basic
simple.
features first.
Yep.
And then learn how to do more. We will include a video that we found on mind mapping, so you guys get an idea of some ideas of how to best use it. Okay.
Yeah, so, just don't worry about it. We'll include all the videos, everything that you need. Just look. We're just covering a brief overview of why you should mind map and how to do it.
Right. Now, step number 6, or tip number 6, look for YouTube videos and tutorials on how to use your chosen software, whichever software you use. I know there's a ton of them out there for free mind.
YouTube is your friend. Use it.
You can literally get started for nothing, and we will share some resources with you that will help you do that.
Number 7?
That's number 6. That's it.
Very good. Well, I guess...
Short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah. Hey, now you know a little bit how to mind map, and now you know why you should be mind mapping. And we are more than willing to answer any questions you have. Just leave the... you'll find this on the show notes. Leave any questions you have in the comments box at our website, which is sbppodcast.com, and we will be more than glad to sit down and see what we can do to help you out.
And in the words of one of my favorite marketers, Don Crowther, just go do this stuff.
With that, I'm Teresa.
And I'm Michael, and this has been the Small Business Puzzle Podcast.
Hey, if this has been helpful to you guys, would you do us a favor and give us a share?
Please.
Share on Twitter, Facebook, all the fun social media places. Share it, and we will see you again next time.
And we're out.
You've been listening to the Small Business Puzzle Podcast. To catch all our past shows, visit sbppodcast.com.